In this tutorial in Microsoft Excel, I'd like to show you a little bit more about how to find and locate certain words or characters within a cell that contains text. Technically, the text is called a string. It may have spaces, it may have upper and lowercase letters. We're going to show you some of the formulas that work with this particular kind of cell, and then we'll show you a very special way in which you can use them together to do something very helpful and time-saving. First of all, we have the find command. That will locate a substring and return the position of the substring. So it basically tells your program, if you go in so far, you'll find this particular character or set of characters or this word. Substitute is what will replace information in the string of characters. Left will extract a number of characters from the left side of a string or the characters in a cell. Right does the same thing, only it starts from the back end, the right end, and mid, well, you give it a starting point and then you say take the next so many words or letters or spaces. Let me show you a couple examples. I have a sentence on the screen in green. This is a long sentence to test these formulas. When I click on cell B9, if you look in the formula bar, I've used the left. It's left A7, comma 4. So what it does is it goes to cell A7, which has my green sentence, and it marks off 4 characters, and it gives you the result. So it extracts the word this. The next thing I have in the cell below it is an example of the right formula. It is equal to right A7, comma 8. So it goes all the way to the end of the sentence, and it counts back 8 characters, and it takes the word formula from formulas from my original sentence. Then I use the mid. The mid in cell B11 goes into cell A7. It starts 16 characters into A7, and then it takes the next 8 characters, and so it extracts the word sentence. That's the result. The next one is the one which is substitute. In this case, substitute goes to cell A7. It looks for the word long, in quotes, and changes it to lengthy and prints the results. It doesn't change the original information, but it does give me an updated version in this particular cell. And another one is find in cell B13. Find looks in cell A7, and it looks for a quote space quote, which is a blank space, and it extracts 1 character, which gives me the location, and the location is 5. So if I go 5 characters in, I find my first blank space. So that's an example of some of these commands. Now you might be asking yourself, how can I use them in a practical way? I don't see them helping me much. Well, watch what we do in the next exercise. In this exercise, I give you 3 very helpful formulas to take an original column of names and extract the first, middle, and last names by using a combination of these formulas. Now, all of the formulas that you see here apply to this cell here in column A. We're going to start with Roger, and we take the first word formula, extract it here. We take the last word formula, extract it over here, and then we take the middle word formula and extract it here. So if I click on cell C2, I have the formula that you see written out in cell C11. It goes into cell A2 and does all this work and pulls out only Roger. If I look at the cell D2, that contains the formula you see below. I'm sorry, E2 contains the long formula you see below that looks and tries to figure out what is the last name of the person and extracts it here. And then the last one is the middle formula, which looks at all this information. There's some copy and replace going on here. And it goes ahead and looks at my original column in column A and extracts the middle name. Oftentimes we'll get information like this that we want to break up and see looking like this, so we can do much more with it. These formulas are gold. They are very, very helpful. And all I simply did was type the formula in the first cell, referring to all the information in cell A2, and then drag down and and fill the cells below. And I did the same with the last name and then with the middle name. Now you notice it's not perfect. We have a Dr. Amanda Ralston. Now it was not able to determine that Amanda was also part of the first name and to do something different with the title. So you do have to eyeball things, but this is a pretty good way to save an awful lot of time when you receive information like this and you want to have it in separate columns with first, middle, and last names. It's all built on these formulas that you saw on the previous part of the lesson. I'd like to encourage you to pause the video if you want to and jot down the formulas that you see here, because these are very, very helpful for first word extraction, last word extraction, and middle word extraction. When you find data like this that you need to separate to effectively use it in Microsoft Excel. Thank you.